It begins with a duet of metals: aluminum for agile strength, steel for unyielding safety, where force defines form. The skeleton of safety is born under thousands of tons of pressure, shaped by liquid force. Hollow, strong, and light, the signature of modern luxury architecture. A storm of sparks gives birth to unity. Two metals become one solid structure, judged by light more precise than any human eye. Tolerance is not measured in millimeters, but in microns. Its first protective skin is applied from the inside out by the pull of an electric charge. Silence and longevity are sealed in with robotic precision. The bones are armored against time and the elements, and the foundation of serenity is laid by hand. A quiet cabin is built from the ground up. A window to the heavens is placed with the care of a gem setter. Each door becomes a self-contained module of comfort, security, and information, a technological organ.
The brain and nervous system of the vehicle are installed in one definitive move.
Efficiency and modularity. The entire frontal anatomy is installed as one piece, a lesson in surgical assembly. The heart finds its home, the moment where potential energy meets its purpose. Power is given a path to all four corners. The mechanical link between ambition and traction is secured. The voice of the machine is threaded through its underbelly, a tuned passage for spent breath.
The vital fluids of life are administered. The machine is hydrated, ready for its first pulse.
It meets the earth. The final point of contact is also the first point of style.
Ignition. The symphony of 10,000 parts finds its conductor, and the machine breathes for the first time.
Before beauty, a foundation of science. A crystal lattice is grown on the metal, the ultimate grip for color. The first layer of color is not seen, but felt. A perfect, seamless canvas is laid down by mechanical artists. Perfection is a tactile pursuit. The human hand and eye perform the final preparation, feeling for what machines cannot see. Color is born. The personality of the vehicle is summoned, atom by lustrous atom. Depth is engineered. A storm of microscopic mirrors is embedded, destined to play with light for the life of the car. An electronic guardian scrutinizes the wet paint. Flaws are found and addressed before they are sealed for eternity. Where the robot fails, the artist prevails. The final defense of perfection is human skill. The jewel is sealed in crystal, a shield of transparent armor, destined to reflect the world with brilliant clarity, cured by gentle, penetrating light. The finish is hardened to a diamond-like resilience, ready for the world's abrasions. The final clarity is won by abrasion. The surface is made so perfect it disappears, leaving only pure reflection. Its future under the sun is simulated and guaranteed. The color is sworn to remain faithful for a decade or more.
Science gifts it a slippery skin. Water, dirt, and contaminants are denied a foothold, making beauty easier to maintain.
Judged under the harshest, most revealing light imaginable. Only perfection passes this gate.
An invisible shield is applied to the knight's armor. The most vulnerable beauty is given a second skin that heals its own minor scratches.
The pinnacle of protection. A nano-ceramic second skeleton is fused to the paint, promising eternal slickness and shine. The finished canvas. It is no longer just a color, but a perfect mirror, a liquid sculpture that captures the world around it. Its color is now immortal, archived in the cloud. A digital sibling holds the recipe for its beauty, should it ever need to be perfectly reborn. Its skin complete, it moves to receive its heart, its brain, and its soul. The final act of assembly awaits. The interior begins not with plastic, but with hide. Only the most impeccable skins are chosen for this mobile sanctuary, a tradition of luxury executed with robotic perfection.
The tactile signature of comfort is programmed into memory. A cockpit of comfort is engineered. Each seat is a climate-controlled, massaging island for its occupant.
The window to the machine's soul is assembled with the care of a smartphone, destined to become the command center of 2 tons of luxury.
The ceiling becomes a canopy of soft touch. A silent, dark sky installed over the passenger universe. Functional jewelry is set into the dashboard, where utility meets artistry, and every interaction feels precious. A door is no longer a barrier, but an interface of luxury, sealing in silence and sophistication. The nervous system is completed, the final connections that will carry thought and power throughout the vehicle's body. The final barrier to the outside world is not just glass, it is an acoustic filter, a determined pursuit of silence. Even the air is curated. A sensory layer is added, designed to elevate mood and memory on every journey. The sanctuary is sealed. Its pristine state is guarded against the last remnants of industrial process. The marriage. Form embraces function. The beautiful shell is united with its intelligent, powerful core.
Sealed with golden bonds. The union is made permanent with data-verified strength. The lifeblood and energy are instilled. The machine is now fully capable of sustaining its own life. Its relationship with the road is calibrated with astronomical precision. Every wheel is pointed in perfect, harmonious agreement.
The electronic neurons fire for the first time. The car's subconscious, its stability, its agility, awakens and declares itself ready.
Every horsepower is verified under load. Its potential is measured and confirmed before it ever touches public asphalt.
Baptized by a synthetic storm, its integrity is proven against the elements, ensuring a dry, silent sanctuary within.
Unforgiving gaze.
Precision is quantified. The harmony of panels is measured in fractions of a millimeter, a symphony of fit. Its fortitude is tested by artificial earthquakes. It must prove its solidity before being trusted with a family. The ultimate standard is not a spec sheet, but a feeling. It is judged against the ghost of perfection that lives in this very building. For some, the factory process is not complete without a personal signature. Bespoke elements arrive, interrupting the flow of sameness. A name is written not in ink, but in thread. A tiny monument to ownership, woven into the fabric of the journey. Its digital consciousness is imprinted. The software, the world's map, and the owner's preferences become part of its fundamental being, cloaked for battle. Its perfect paint is armored against the harsh realities of sea, rail, and road to its final home. It's a final spa treatment before its long journey. It must be pristine when its new owner first lays eyes on it. A silent celebration. The end of 1,000 journeys is the beginning of one more.
The last human to command it before its owner. His satisfaction is the final seal of quality.
Its identity is made permanent, and its life's paperwork is prepared. The record of its birth is now part of its cargo.
It joins a geometric city of its peers. Its global journey is now a data point in a complex logistical puzzle.
The VIP treatment. Some travel alone, cocooned from the elements and prying eyes, from factory to port without ever feeling the rain.
It enters the belly of a steel whale. For the next 2 weeks, its world will be the hum of ship engines and the scent of salt air. Its first communication from the wild. The digital umbilical cord remains, a whisper across satellites, assuring its makers it is safe.
Anticipation builds at the other end of the chain. The promise is about to become metal in the client's hands. The grand unveiling. The travel armor is shed, and the jewel is revealed in its final setting, ready for its true purpose. It awaits its destiny. In this cathedral of delivery, the final handover is a ceremony. The moment of recognition. After months of configuration and waiting, imagination becomes metal before his eyes.
Merino ivory interior, dark oak trim, and your monogram.
The story is told formally, but the true story is waiting outside.
The machine is introduced to its new minders. Its intelligence is handed over, key by digital key.
Hey BMW, navigate home.
Congratulations.
The final token of transfer. More than a tool, it is a remote monitor and a symbol of trust. The first ignition by its true captain. The machine acknowledges its new master.
It leaves the nest. The transition from showcase exhibit to working member of the world begins.
The first real test is not of the car, but of trust. And the car responds with effortless competence.
It takes its place, not just in a garage, but in a social landscape, making its first silent statement, the first private audience. Away from the showroom lights, its beauty is personal, its flaws his alone to know. Luxury proves its utility. Its first purpose is not to impress, but to serve, to enable memory making.
Its character unfolds. It reveals itself not as a mere transporter, but as a confident partner to adventure.
The first challenge from the world. And the car responds not with drama, but with capable, silent reassurance.
The relationship is ongoing. It speaks not just of performance, but of care, initiating its own well-being.
The first scar of ownership. The perfect object becomes a personal artifact, its story beginning to diverge from its identical siblings. The first return to the tribe. The circle of care is confirmed, brief and efficient.
The ultimate compliment. It ceases to be a thing to admire and becomes a thing to rely on. A silent partner in the mundane and the magnificent. The object of desire becomes a vessel of memory and a bridge to the future. Its journey.
The journey begins not with a car, but with a revolution in chemistry. Green steel, born from fire without fossil flame. The thread of performance is woven. Lighter than aluminum, stronger than steel. A material born from aerospace dreams. Color is not just applied, it is imbued. Centuries of artisan knowledge ensure the leather feels as rich as it looks. The eyes of the car are assembled in a world cleaner than a hospital, where a single speck of dust could blind its vision. The pulse of modern manufacturing. Parts arrive not in bulk, but in rhythm, a symphony of synchronized supply. A city of specialists. The final assembly line is merely the conductor of an orchestra of nearby experts. They rehearse chaos. For every node in the web, there is a backup, ensuring the music of production never skips a beat.
The bureaucracy of borders is rendered invisible by data. Trust is built on immutable digital handshakes.
The packaging has a lifetime. Nothing is disposable. Everything is part of a perpetual motion machine of logistics. The global web has local anchors. Where it makes sense, the chain shortens, rooting global luxury in local industry.
Standards are enforced at the source. Perfection is not inspected in, it is built in, under the watchful eye of a permanent guardian.
When the chain threatens to break, it is mended at the speed of sound. The cost of stopping the line is greater than the cost of a chartered jet.
The network is a brain trust. Innovation flows not just from the center, but from every node in the symbiotic web. The web becomes self-aware. It is no longer managed, but nurtured, with artificial intelligence as its nervous system. No component is too small to have a global passport. The journey of the simplest part mirrors the journey of the whole.
The web is a circle, not a line. The end of one life is preordained to be the beginning of the next, promised by the very people who created the first.
The most vital component arrives not by ship or train, but by car. The global network is animated.
This number is a nexus. It is the confluence point of 1,000 rivers of material, innovation, and labor.
Its first energy of the day is not purchased, but harvested. The factory begins its work powered by the sun.
Industry does not conquer nature here, it employs it. The final purification is handled by the oldest filtration system on Earth.
It turns waste into watts. A problem from the community becomes part of the solution for production. Every drop is on an infinite journey within these walls. The factory's thirst is quenched by its own recycling. They've enlisted nature's most vital workers. The hum of industry coexists with the hum of life, each supporting the other.
The concept of trash is engineered out of existence. Waste is merely a raw material in the wrong place.
The commitment is personal. Those who build the machines also build the environment that cradles them.
The factory feeds its community, literally. It is a classroom, a pantry, and a bridge to the next generation.
Waste heat is not lost, it is redirected. The factory's exhalation becomes its warmth. Even its internal circulation is clean. From the giants on the line to the ants in the yard, the move towards zero emissions is total.
The factory invests in its future workforce and the community's future. It builds careers as deliberately as it builds cars.
They share the land. Proof that industry and wilderness can be neighbors, not adversaries, when boundaries are respected.
Their most critical performance indicator is not units per hour, but responsibility per unit. The true cost of
The green standard is enforced upstream. The factory's conscience extends down its entire supply chain.
Infrastructure as amenity. What was once an industrial necessity is now a source of peace and natural recharge.
Their awards are not for speed or output, but for stewardship. The walls speak of a different kind of pride.
This is no longer just a factory. It is an ecosystem, a complex, living organism. The factory gains a consciousness. It no longer just operates. It thinks, predicts, and heals itself. Not man versus machine, but man with machine. The robot is the perfect, strong, obedient assistant. The bloodstream of the factory is now intelligent. Parts find their destination, not by rail, but by thought.
Winks. Its eyes see the invisible. Perfection is no longer an aspiration.
Every physical car has a ghost, a perfect, living replica that guides, records, and protects its tangible brother. It listens to the whispers of metal fatigue. Problems are solved before they are born, in the quiet space between prediction and failure.
Knowledge is beamed directly into the mind's eye. Expertise is no longer a mystery held by veterans, but a layer of information available to all.
The warehouse in the cloud. The rarest part in the world is only a design file and 20 minutes away. It bargains with the power company. The factory is not just a consumer of energy, but an intelligent participant in the stability of the regional grid. The workforce is augmented. Human ingenuity is amplified by robotic strength, preserving the body for a lifetime of craft. Every component has a truthful, unerasable biography. Transparency is built into the metal, the plastic, and the code. Where robots don't need light. Human senses are a limitation. Here, machines work in their perfect environment.
It redesigns its own workflow. The factory is in a state of perpetual, AI-driven evolution, refining itself while it sleeps.
The final, essential component. The human mind remains the captain, setting the course, interpreting the map.
They are raising a digital successor, teaching it not just to optimize, but to survive, to adapt.
This is the new reality. A partnership of carbon and silicon, of flesh and data, of instinct.
Tested in a manufactured winter. It must awaken from a deep freeze, its fluids like syrup, and promise immediate life.
Baked in a synthetic desert. Every material must remember its shape and purpose under the relentless eye of a false sun.
Challenged by the flood. Its seals must hold a temporary Atlantis at bay, protecting the digital heart within.
Aging a decade in days, it is poisoned by salt to prove its defenses, to ensure its bones will outlast the winters of the world.
Judged in a room of absolute silence. Here the enemy is not loudness, but the faintest whisper of imperfection, hunted down with microphones and mathematics.
Its soul is soothed by chaos. The suspension must translate violence into tranquility. Blasted by an invisible storm. In a world saturated with signals, it must remain a peaceful, non-interfering island of computation.
Safety is tested in violent increments. Every component of protection must fire with perfect, split-second brutality to preserve life.
The bureaucracy of safety. Before it can see a road, it must satisfy 1,000 pages of legal light, sound, and reflection from 100 nations.
The final laboratory is the planet itself. The most sophisticated sensors are the open roads of the world, reporting
Security Penetration Test, PASS. Its digital doors are stress tested by friendly thieves. In the age of
10 years of abuse, condensed into a month of hell. It is tortured to find the weak point that would not show itself in a lifetime of gentler use.
The burden of proof is met. With these signatures, the promise is sealed. They stake their careers and the safety.
The original is preserved. A frozen moment of perfection, a time capsule to remind the future of the standards set at the beginning.
The human who knew it best. His hands, his seat-of-the-pants feel are the final.
Its passport to the world, not just a piece of paper, but a legal declaration that this machine is fit for society, a good citizen of the global road.
All this violence, all this scrutiny, all this data, for this single moment of peace.
True legacy is serviceability, a machine built not for obsolescence, but for a long life, remembered by its own digital ghost. The factory gives back to its past. It doesn't just build the future, it upgrades history, turning relics back into relevant machines.
Daddy, they made this!
The magic is demystified to inspire. The factory opens its story, creating not just...
The circle is closed with intelligence. The car is not crushed, it is harvested, its elements returning to the global web as premium feedstock.
Its afterlife is information. In death, it teaches.
The soul of the factory is not in its robots, but in the passing of tacit knowledge from one generation of hands to the next.
The form evolves, the powertrain transforms, but the mission persists. To be the spacious, capable...
They turn a page with respect, honoring the technology that built the legend, as they silently embrace the silence of what comes next.
And so, it starts. A single line on a blank screen. The eternal cycle of imagination.
The line sleeps, but it dreams of the next one. It is a perpetual motion machine of human ambition, now resting between heartbeats.
And this is how it's done. How a pile of metal, a spark of an idea, and a lot of human care become a machine.
Subscribe for more real factory breakdowns.